up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Whoa, what it is. Hey everybody. Living in a world of ghetto life. What's going on? Everybody around seems so uptight. Nothing's wrong. It's all right. My man. What's up, everybody? I like the kind of ways we have our fun. Loving ways of me on and on. I'm sorry, I was just listening to Aretha Franklin. How y'all doing on this good Wednesday? Ooh, mommy. And people out there can understand. I'm giving him something he can feel. Yeah, babe. Do let him know my love is real. All right, listen, we got some stories to get into today, girl. We got some stuff. Before we get into the topics, though, I just want to let everybody know that their fascination and their allegiance to beautiful losers, it's not becoming. It's not becoming at all. I be feeling like I want us to keep a level of, lightness around reality TV show commentary. But there's something about the way y'all are responding to Portia and the way y'all are responding to Cheyenne Bryant that is very, very similar to me. I wonder if it's because both of those bitches are, mesmerizing y'all with their physical beauty. Never in my life have I seen men defend a lying-ass, unaccountable woman before the way they are online defending Cheyenne Bryant. What? She lied about being a doctor. And then y'all like, oh, she actually went and got her name copywritten. And it's really just a stage name. And I told y'all that would be fine if she were not telling y'all that she graduated. She didn't give y'all a year. We read her bio on her website, bitch. We saw her lying, okay? And Times New Roman font. We saw her lying on her website. That was a lie. And still, I make a video because she did an interview talking about how she don't have to prove nothing to nobody because she's got God on her side. Mind you, she's not giving fucked up therapy advice to God. She's giving it to people. But okay. So many people in my comments, so many men with thick necks, just real whole, face all in the camera ass nigga. Y'all still talking about this? Nigga, I could talk about something whenever the fuck I want to talk about it. And you're inclined to slide right the fuck past it. That is a thing y'all can do. Y'all can just slide right past posts that y'all don't want to see or don't want to engage with, but that's not what y'all want to do. No. You want to go see a fucking movie about killing somebody called Is God Is, and then sit in the movie theater and make everybody else feel uncomfortable because your cognitive dissonance and religiosity has been triggered. I know I just moved from one topic to another, but the motherfuckers are doing the same thing. Cognitive dissonance is the behavioral point here. Y'all working on my nerves. Not y'all, but the people. The people online in the comments. The people that, girl. I even, listen. When it comes to this Portia K. Michelle situation, we can agree to disagree. But I don't know why y'all have to be so disrespectful when we talk about it, okay? I don't know. It annoys me. It annoys me that y'all, if y'all can't understand something, if y'all can't see something, the people who do see it, the people who do understand it, they're crazy. No, bitch, we're early. Like we always are. Be mad at somebody else. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at somebody else. Don't be mad at me. Okay? All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into the show. I got something for y'all. Just reading comments and people was in my comments on the Is God Is post, and it's like, obviously this is not the space for you. Please go ahead and scroll past us. The people who the conversation's for, that's who it's for. It's not for you. Okay? I swear to God, I wish y'all would leave people alone. And then, somebody gonna quote a whole long ass Bible verse. Bitch, I blocked you. We can't see that shit no more. You wasted your time copying and pasting that Bible verse into my motherfucking comments because you don't like the fact that I said y'all need to go evangelize somewhere else and stop pushing that shit on people. Because what I realized before we get into this topic, what I realized and why I really don't like when we have conversations about religion from like a deconstructive standpoint and people come in the comments to argue is because often when they come in the comments to argue, they come to instill fear. I don't even think they're doing it. I mean, know that they're doing it. I don't think they know that every time they come into a conversation throwing their God around, or trying to beat people over the head with how they conceptualize God, or there's only one perspective. There's not only one perspective, and that's a part of the problem. That Is God Is movie really has some of y'all upset, I see. Not just, my comments, but just what I've been seeing from other people. First, the men are acting like this, they've never seen a fucking movie with a bad guy in it that's a black man before. Like, suck a dick, please. Okay? Nobody cares about y'all whining on the internet about y'all trying to black men, but girl, nobody cares. Y'all black men in real life kill people every day, be all they kids, they wives, baby mamas, bitch, shut the fuck up. Nobody cares about y'all crying, wimping asses. Okay? But the people with the religious thing, the people who had this very like, oh my God, oh, blasphemy, and all of this shit, why did y'all go see that movie? Did y'all not like? I think it's a part. That's a part of the problem with y'all. Y'all don't like to think about things. Y'all don't like to like investigate things for real. Y'all don't like to critically think sometimes because it's crazy as fuck to see the preview to that movie. See the title be Is God Is. See the young woman refer to her mama as God. Well, she created us, didn't she? And then y'all go and sit in the movie theater so that y'all can act like y'all didn't know what the fuck the movie was gonna be about. Oh, it's obviously a revenge movie, but they absolutely put in the title Is God Is. To me, that's obviously going to be commentary on God and religion, y'all. The whole movie is commentary on religion. That's why so many of y'all had this uncomfortable response, and you think it's because it's your discernment and God telling you need to go because this is evil and all of that. No, it's your cognitive dissonance attacking your nervous system and making you feel uncomfortable because they are questioning the way you think about God in that movie. That's what we discussed in my recap of it. That ultimately it was a conversation about how the way we see God means in real life, we put other people in that spot, other entities in that spot, because we create a hole. We create something in our minds that tells us, something is missing when everything is inside of you. Deeper conversation. But it was a really good movie, and it spoke on several different things. But I thought it was interesting the way a lot of like religious people went to go see that movie, seeing as though what it was about, and then had the nerve to come out after the fact and call it blaspheme. Well, when it spoke on was a lot of religious people have some of the same ideals, mindsets, and proclivities of the people in that movie. Erica Alexander's character was like incredibly on point. Erica Alexander's character is a woman that runs her own church with a shrine to dick in her house. Everybody is, you know, bending to her will, but ultimately she's waiting for a psychopath to come home. If that ain't a whole bunch of church women, I know something. Oh my God, especially like the ghetto girls that get into religion. Oh my, like Akbar V. Perfect type of example. Akbar V is like the perfect example of that. They're the hood girl that has, you know, been taught religion, but they still kind of like have fucked up morals and they be in survival mode, but they still be wrapped up in a religion in a way that they would like judge gay people and other women with it. And it's because they doing all of that praising in God and religion, and I put this on a pedestal, but there's a dick. Girl, there's a dick on the altar. There's a dick on your altar. And your soul will not be moved. It's like, I think that was great commentary on how women in the church are really just waiting for a man to take this lead godlike role in their lives, whether they want to admit it or not. And yeah, a lot of religious people have very fucked up morals because they can like explain away things. That's why like the conversation about religion is so important. And people are like, no, if that person want to feel like that. Yeah, but how everybody thinks affects how they treat other people. That's the conversation. You're not in a vacuum. Like, you're not the only person that exists. And your way of being is great if you can apply it to your life. But the way y'all don't apply religion for real to y'all life, but look for other people to throw that shit at like rocks. We're going to have conversations about that, girl. I'm so sorry. We're going to have conversations about it. Yes, Akbar is the perfect example. We're absolutely going to talk about her in a minute. But I wanted to start, you know, I got to get y'all with, you know, what I was feeling and stuff like that when we first get in here. But I do want to get into this because I thought this is another thing. Why y'all so dumb? Like, not y'all, but y'all, why y'all so dumb, girl? This is so dumb. First of all, I love prom season. I want to say that. I love prom season. Girl, I fucking love all of the the dresses that are made, the suits that match the dresses. The only thing I don't like is the capitalism that I see taking place. So in my mind, when I see people that don't really have money like that, right? You're like middle class or lower middle class, and you want to, you know, kind of project the image of having more money than you actually do, especially when it comes to teenagers. I think it's irresponsible to kind of like have those things going, you know, like having them boys pulling out money and doing all of this shit. I don't like that. Okay. I don't like that. I also, there is a adultifying, right? There's adultifying that happens, which is fine because prom is like the, you know, right before you become an adult type of thing going on. So like everybody's kind of prepared for sex. And I don't like that neither because I feel like, what about the girls that don't want to have sex? I don't want, you know, y'all impressing upon these girls that because these boys have money and their parents are allowing them to get a hotel and all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But I do love prom season. I love the extraness of it. I love the gaudiness of it. Oh my God. It's like African Americans turning into Nigerians. I love it. This is how you know that even though colonization has corrupted us, misogyny has corrupted us, girl. The patriarchy has corrupted our connection. But we are very much connected. Because we be the same. Because to me, if you go and look at like just, I don't know, like anything with African Black people where they put that shit on, it's exactly like prom season. I love it. But this was stupid. Let's get into it.
Between the city and here.
And y'all got to be here for the lives because y'all know how people like to copyright me, okay? So y'all got to be here for the live because this might be cut out.
About the aircraft.
I got it.
It was intended to be a pre-prom gathering like no other. Here in Markham, Alycia Park, a park district executive arranged to have a chopper land for a one-of-a-kind prom photo op for her daughter.
Are there any type of FAA regulations or anything like that?
But within moments after the helicopter landed, Markham police intervened and shut it all down. The young lady was able to get some pics, but the flyover that Mom arranged was never allowed to happen. And yes, Mom, Quintina Brown, says to some it may seem excessive, but to her as a mother, that's exactly what it was supposed to be. An over-the-top, once-in-a-lifetime experience. And if you want to know, she says it cost about $800.
Since she
that's not bad.
was graduating and this was going to be a memorable experience, I just wanted to be able to provide that for her.
Okay, that's not the problem, right? To me, that's not the problem.
I didn't think that it was going to blow up as much as it did, Sally, but I'm glad she was happy. She was able to do her photo shoot with the unexpected turn of events that had transpired and unfortunately went viral.
I was a little sad and disappointed because I didn't know that there was an issue with it being out here.
The Park District Board Commissioner, Kenneth Muldrow, agrees with Quintina. Your contention is there's nothing on the books that would prevent her or prevent this thing from happening. Is that correct?
That is definitely correct. Absolutely not. There's nothing on the books that will prevent this from happening.
So you're okay with all of that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it was her send-off.
But the Markham mayor says he absolutely positively disagrees. It begins and ends with public safety. And he says he's had experience flying and landing helicopters.
So we want to make sure that things are safe. We had no notice, no anything. I've landed them in neighborhoods. We've always had medical people to stand by. We've had fire department to stand by. We've had spotters. We've had distances that were safe, that we knew that those propellers would not harm anyone, that not even something could turn into being projected and thrown at, a trajectory of some kind of way.
Both Quintina Brown and the chopper pilot were issued tickets. But for the prom girl herself, she will always be thankful, she says, for what her mom did for her on her prom night, regardless of the outcome.
It was fun, super amazing. I had such a great time. I'm thankful for my mom. She brought everything together, so I'm thankful for that.
The village of Markham also says it is considering further legal options. Reporting from Markham, Patrick Elwood, WGN News.
Okay. So off rip, I don't have a problem with somebody wanting to do something like this for their kid, especially if they can afford it. But it seems as if you kind of exploited your position in city government and didn't make sure that this is something that was not a safety risk. It looks like you dropped down in a park. And it seems like what the mayor is saying is that when you do helicopter lands, you have to have other things in place to make sure that if something goes awry, everybody is okay. And I'm kind of like, okay, I kind of get that. Let's see what else is going on.
About this prom helicopter stunt. Some say no one was harmed, so what's the problem? Others, including city leaders, insisting that the park director crossed the line for a photo op for her daughter. A photo shoot, at least the deposit we now know was charged with a credit card that taxpayers pay for.
This is where the fucking problem comes in, bitch. You don't have $800 of your own money to spend on this shit?
Less than a week after this helicopter landed at the Markham Park, catching many by surprise, this prom stunt for the park director's daughter is now political. Here's what Quintina Brown told officers.
I got it okay through the park, but I didn't just, what's going on with the city.
Yet city leaders never authorized the landing in the public park where children were playing.
Did they say you can land a helicopter? I have a landing permission, I can bring it over.
The pilot had a notice signed by the park director herself. The company later handed over this invoice to the city attorney. The receipt raises much bigger questions. The bill was for a minimum of $800 for an hour. At the bottom, there's a credit card number linked to Brown. She named Markham Parks as the company and even used the address of the field house and provided her signature on a taxpayer-funded credit card.
The plot thickens, as they say.
This is so dumb. So first you do something that's extremely dangerous. And I really want y'all to get out of the mindset that just because something didn't happen, that means that we should not follow rules that something could have happened. It's a way for people to get away with accountability for breaking rules, okay? And I'm not even the type of person that's always, oh, rules. No, rules don't always make sense. But rules that are put in place to make sure that people's heads don't get chopped off, that children don't get hit by fucking propellers, and now there's a memorial here, and we gotta be looking at it for the next 20 or 30 years when that one lady y'all let work down to the park, the park and rec lady, okay? Her weird ass used the city fund so that she could bring a helicopter landing in for her daughter's prom. And now the kids that was on, you know what I'm saying? Like anything could have happened. Anything could have happened, y'all. And there were kids in a very close proximity to that fucking helicopter. This ain't Richie Rich, bitch.
The city attorney says there's no way Brown accidentally entered all that information. In fact, he spoke to the helicopter company.
They told me that the deposit was charged to the card, and they have not been successful in getting the remaining $800 off the card for whatever reason.
Using the Park District credit card either to pay or hold the reservation is why Markham's mayor says residents should be concerned.
Why wouldn't somebody question that?
In fact, the city started questioning spending at the Park District and its board in the fall of 2025.
How are you, Ms. Brown?
CBS Chicago reported when Brown was first caught on body cam getting served with an injunction. Leaders allege Brown and the park board were not paying bills and left most parks with broken equipment and deplorable conditions.
They've been landing helicopters in different ways over there.
And remember that invoice? There's a line which says every additional 6 minutes over the hour would be $80. We're told police grounded that chopper for at least 3 hours. Now the big question, who will pay for the extra minutes? Not to mention the original $800. Keep in mind, that contract is under the name of the Markham Park District. We did reach out to Brown. She did not get back to me tonight. About this prom helicopter.
Hey, Ty. Girl. Ty said, I worked in federal and local government finance and CC purchases are audited, meaning that this is why, this is the problem with y'all today not thinking ahead, right? Oh my God, so stupid. So first of all, you illegally landed the helicopter in a fucking park, so you could have hurt people, right? That also was going to bring attention to you. So why not think to yourself, well, I don't want to do this. This wouldn't be that smart because it's something that people would see. People would see the helicopter landing. And then if we're not doing it correctly, then, people will want to know how that happened and what's going on. And that might drive them to want to investigate the fact that I paid for this with government funds. Also, as a government employee, like Ty said, I know that they're going to audit. And see, this reminds me of some shit that Trump did and the reasoning that people give when they want to let somebody off the hook versus how when they want to condemn people, the difference in a day makes when it comes to that. Because Trump did something like this as well, where you took some money that you weren't supposed to take and then you paid it back. So because you paid it back, we're supposed to ignore the fact that you took the money in the first place. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We're not going to ignore the fact that you took the money in the first place just because you replaced it. No, you still did something wrong. You still did something that is punishable. So I'm looking at this situation with this lady like, ma'am, what's wrong with you? What is wrong with a grown 40-something year old, 50-something, however old this woman is? But can you imagine how this type of bird brain behavior would affect one's daughter growing up? Girl, somebody help the people. Somebody help the people because this was just so dumb. If you're going to do illegal things, can you do it with an attempt to not get caught? Oh, girl, let's move on. I cannot Speaking of city government, y'all saw that Heavenly did not win her race for the Georgia House district seat that she was vying for. Okay, actually, Jasmine Clark won, and I told y'all that what's the guy's name? The other guy, her and him were the two top, in my opinion. Yeah, Everton Blair and Jasmine Clark, to me, had the best resumes for the job. And they didn't, for some reason, they didn't have a picture of Jasmine Clark. And I think that might have been done so that she would get the vote, because if white people saw what she looked like, they may not vote for her. I don't know if that was the case, because I remember when I was looking her up to see what she, to see everybody, she was like one of the only people that didn't have a picture at all. Okay. Either way, I mean, I'm sure you could have just Googled her and found what she looked like. But either way, if I was looking at this ballot, knowing what all of these people look like, I would have voted for Jasmine Clark too, because even though I know Everton has a really great resume, he looks too young. Like, I don't know what that is, child. Shout out to Everton. He has an excellent resume when it comes to being in politics, and I'm sure he'll do something else. But Jasmine looked like, somebody mama that know what she, know how to balance a budget, know what's going on. Okay, so congratulations to everybody. The people say they're gonna tear Heavenly ass up when she get back to Married to Medicine. That's what they said. And so sorry to Contessa, because I know you were hoping that you could just wrap Heavenly up and send her on her way, but that's a no avail, girl. To no avail. You gonna have to fight with her later. I know age don't mean, I know y'all. I know in real life, but I'm just saying based on how you look at people. And yes, we do need progressive people. We absolutely do. That's the reason why I said that if I would have voted for somebody, if that was my district, I probably would have voted for Everton. But I also feel like, like I still have an appreciation for, an older Black woman, girl, with a natural. Like, just off eye, not knowing anything else, y'all, just off the eye. As a Black woman, I probably would feel safer with her than I would have with anybody else that I'm looking at. And no tea, no shade. But you're right, though. We do need more progressive people. We do need younger people. But, I'm old. So, like, I'm used to seeing people in these positions look like they at least had to be at the house with 2 kids, They didn't work somewhere. They didn't got aggravated working a job and taking care of children at one time. And that mean they probably, like, really going to be able to handle the pressure. And they going to know what to do. You know what I'm saying? They don't like upcoming young women at all. No, they don't. I feel like I don't ever see young women, especially young Black women, getting these opportunities. And those are the people that I would actually like to see in these seats, because I feel like those are the people that are actually going to make change. Young Black women. It's not going to be older Black women. It's not going to be Black men. Sorry, y'all. Even those of y'all that are really great, I think that the very best would be some Black girl somewhere. Like, if I could vote for Lene Vanee, I would. Okay. Listen, there are a bunch of Black girls out there that I feel like if we didn't live in such a fucked up system, they would make excellent political figures. Because they know it. They own it. They progressive. They're reading the books. They have heart for the people. You know what I'm saying? They understand what the fuck is going on. They like history. They get it. Somebody asked me a question. Remember, I want clarifying question. Bitch, I ain't answering your clarifying question, ho. You know what I'm saying? Because I said when it came to Cheyenne Bryant that I could tell based on the books that I've read that she has not gone through the schooling that she says that she has, because her commentary on men and women gives you haven't read any history books about how we got here and gender studies and the history of families in this country and stuff like that. And to me, those are the books that you would either read in college, or if you were interested in that, you would seek those types of books out. And because of the way she gives commentary on family and men and women, yeah, it gives you haven't really read any books that would give you a truthful depiction of what traditional and all of that means. I keep telling y'all, my hypothesis about it is that if you believe that traditional families and all of that is really a thing, is because you are choosing to see that as the only way, not because the truth of the matter is that is the best way. And if you have been to college and saw gender studies classes and read books about the history of families in America, what was actually happening in the 40s and the 50s and not the shit that they put on TV, you know what I mean? Understanding that at large, women have always had to work in one way or another, specifically Black women. And just because your one fucking grandmother didn't have to work a job does not mean the bulk of white and Black women were not working at certain points in American history, especially during like the first, what was it, World War I or World War II, whatever one of the wars where all of the men went to war and the women were left behind, and the women were the ones that started to work. And then when them niggas came home, they tried to push the women back into the houses, and the women was like, oh no, bitch, we got a little taste of what it would be like if most of y'all niggas was at war, and we liked it. You know who else felt that way? The rich people that made a lot of money off the wars. And then they decided to keep us in a constant state of being at war with people. That's what happened after World War II. So much money was made, they decided, oh, we're going to keep everybody in a state of war. That way we can keep making money like this all the time. Doesn't matter if it's driving everybody fucking crazy. World War II, thank you. Thank you. I'm like, I don't know why that's not hard. And I also feel like a lot of the times men are choosing to be misogynist. That is another reason why a lot of intellectuals that are men say stupid shit, because it suits them. It benefits them for us to stay in a system that, you know, gives them all of the power. But anybody that chooses to get the information, or anybody that has to take a sociology class, anybody that has to take a gender studies class, which is what I assume Cheyenne Bryant would have had to taken at a master's level when you're going into counseling or therapy, psychology of any sort. You need to know how we got somewhere in order for you to understand the psyche. So yeah, no, the things that she says absolutely tells me that she's getting her mindset about these things from just the experience and the shit that people like to hear, not from like the actual statistics and facts about history and how we got to the place that we are right now. Now, I'm not going to explain that to that motherfucker in the comments, but I'd love to say it up here. Heavenly said, we made history, and no matter what, I am so proud of what we built together from the bottom of my heart. Thank you to everybody that believed in me, prayed for me, donated, volunteered, canvassed, text, called voters, put up signs, and stood beside me through this journey. This campaign was powered by real people, and that means everything to me. I especially want to thank my husband, Dr. Damon Kimes, for every sacrifice, every late night, every prayer, every conversation, and all the time he poured into helping me through this process. Thank you to my children and family for sacrificing time with me while we fought for something bigger than ourselves. Thank you all. The fundraising team, the field team, the volunteers, and so many more amazing people that work so hard every single day. And listen, I know I'm forgetting somebody, and that's why I probably shouldn't have started naming names in the first place. But please know this. If you supported this movement in any way, I love you, I appreciate you, and I thank you. This is very graceful. We came in second place. We beat elected officials. We built a real movement. And most importantly, we showed that everyday people still have a voice. This is not the end. We're going to keep fighting for affordability, healthcare, education, and voting rights. We're going to stay together. We're going to stay organized and keep pushing forward. Thanks, y'all, for making history with me. Honestly, this is good. This is good. I hope that this means that she's gonna be involved in still, you know, fundraising and you know, I hope she will take special interest in doing the things that maybe she could have done in government to help. I wish that she lobbies and does the things that will help people using her power that she has, her influence that she has. She doesn't have to be a city council. I'm sorry, she doesn't have to be a congressman in order to make a difference. She doesn't. She can actually she probably can do more not having a position and having influence the way she does. So, still, she went out gracefully. I hope the people of Georgia, got the person that was best for the job regardless. And congratulations to Heavenly for accomplishing something so, difficult as to get second place in a congressional race, your first time being involved in politics. So, especially with your history of, cussing folks out and saying your mama, that is a huge feat, girl. Okay. Definitely proud of the accomplishment. Shout out to her. So let's move on. Oh, girl, let's go over the mamas that ain't shit. Y'all want to watch this with me? Because I haven't seen this yet. Not in my house. Mother pours water on son and girl he brought home after catching them in bed. Not after you caught them in bed together, girl. Heavenly has the means and money and power to still help her community with boots on the ground. I agree. Love it. Reposted on my Instagram. Gave me hope for the South, especially May 26th is when early voting starts in South Carolina. Shout out to Heavenly and Jasmine. Yes. There is no second place. You either won or lost the election. Girl, you know what we mean. And you know what she means, meaning that she was still able to, she got a lot of votes. That's her point, that she got a lot of votes, okay? But yeah, let's get into this, this lady.
Y'all not gonna want to sneak in nobody's house after this. Watch this. Y'all got the right house.
She was acting like strangers snuck in her fucking house. She was acting like two homeless people was fucking inside her house when she came home. It's been done before.
Get y'all's asses up out my motherfucking house. Who the fuck are you? 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 Who the fuck are you?
Me and sister.
I don't give a fuck. Why you in my shit? Get your ass up and get the fuck out my motherfucking house. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Get your ass up and get the fuck out my motherfucking house, bitch.
Mama, chill.
Yeah, look at this shit. Get your ass up. You ain't got no pants on?
Mama, watch out.
No, you watch out, nigga.
Mama, watch out.
You ain't got no pants on. You in here fucking in my house, little bitch. Get your ass out my shit, bitch. Before I flash on your ass, nigga. Get your ass out.
This why y'all sons hate women. I ain't gonna lie, y'all mamas be a piece of work, boy. There are so many other ways to handle this situation that you don't have to be such an asshole about it, man. My God, this nigga gonna hate you when he get on. Yo.
The fuck? You show this comfortable up in my motherfucking kid shit, bitch, with no motherfucking clothes on up in this motherfucker? Kayla?
She really talking to that little girl like she's a grown woman. I don't like it. And the way the boy looking at her, like, and then like hiding the girl's body because you're recording her as she's trying to put her clothes on because you're a weirdo. And then you were reaching to see if your son didn't have any underwear on. Like, to me, a better way of handling this when you're not like a teenage slow bitch in a mama, right? Because like that's what I think of. Like the way you sound is like a really like slow grown woman that stopped progressing in high school mentally. The better way to have handled this was not to turn your phone on, you fucking weirdo, but to see what was going on in there, wake them the fuck up. Honestly, I would have opened the door, saw them in there, closed the door, and then knocked on the fucking door. Hey, what's going on? You have conversations. Because you know what be happening a lot of the times? A lot of the times, they may not even really be having sex in that moment or wasn't having sex. Whatever child, them kids probably was having sex in a twin bed. But that's not the point. The point is, what I remember a lot growing up was that people kick their kids out a lot. People kick their kids out of the house a lot. And when those kids have boyfriends or just regular friends, they go to those kids' houses to sleep sometimes when they get kicked out. And so I feel like a conversation would have been better instead of acting like you just found your man cheating on you with another woman, because that is the way you're acting. And your son is looking at you like like you're ridiculous. Like he's looking at you like you're a child.
She's so comfortable in my motherfucking baby bed. Get your ass out. Hurry up, I call the police on your ass. The fuck? Go with the fuck.
Why would you call the police on her?
Fuck y'all thought this shit was? Bitches ain't no motherfucking hotel. Look at this shit. Ridiculous. Hurry up, bitch. You got about 5 seconds before I start flashing.
You already flashing, weird
Hurry up.
ass bitch.
Sure your mama ain't gonna like none of that. Look at yourself. Just ridiculous.
What do you mean, look at yourself, just ridiculous? Why do you need to degrade her further? She's a teenager. She's a child. To me, the problem is really not the child. Like, who the fuck? You're the adult in the situation. You're the adult in the situation. This is why the kids are fucked up. You're the adult in the situation. My God.
Find the door, bitch, before I push you out of it.
Bitch. All of that. What time is it?
The fuck up in my motherfucking shit naked, bitch. What the fuck is you doing? Just fucking ridiculous. Whole ass bitch in my motherfucking kid shit, bitch. I should have slapped.
Whole ass bitch in your motherfucking kid shit. Ma'am, they're both kids. They're both kids, angry ass bitch. They're both kids, miserable ass hoe. They're both kids, degenerate ass.
Dog ass bitch.
There you go, degenerate dog ass bitch. There you go. Who can't change the battery in her motherfucking fire detector. You's a nasty bitch.
Caleb, so you think this shit is cool? This is what you're doing to me?
No.
You think this shit
This is what you're doing to me.
is cool, bro? You do that shit other motherfuckers' places. Don't do that shit here, bro. You gonna disrespect me like that? For real? Bitch ass naked in my baby bed, nigga?
Every time she say baby bed, I feel like she want to say baby dad. Yeah, most of the comments are saying the same thing. At the end of the video, that girl got a mama, and when she see this video, if I was her mama, I would be up from here. I understand being mad, but you called my kid one too many bitches for my liking, but called your own kid by his name, and he opened the door for her. I'm a mom. I have a son. There's no way I could have done that to that young lady. But see, him, absolutely. That was very unladylike of the mom. It's a lack of empathy. It's a lack of seeing young black girls with humanity. That's what it feels like to me. This is disgusting to watch. Why would you speak to children like that? Come on now. As a mother of 2 sons, I find this behavior deeply disturbing. Before I was an adult, I too was a young girl, and I would never have wanted to experience this kind of treatment from another child's parent. Belittling and humiliating a defenseless child is not discipline. It is deplorable behavior. As a mother, I could never imagine treating someone else's child this way. It should make me want to cry, because I would never want my own children met with such cruelty. I understand the mom being upset, but this approach was entirely unacceptable and inexcusable on so many levels. That girl, people ought to rock your shit talking to that baby like that. Couldn't have been mines. Listen, the people in the comments was on par. Congratulations, people in the comments. Y'all was on y'all job today. It's like you don't understand that they're kids. It's like you really don't get the whole, no, their fucking brain and hormones are what's in control most of the time. I'm not saying, that you don't get angry at kids or something like that, but oh my God, like I do feel like there's a level to which you're not supposed to go. My God. This another one. This is another one. I'm tired of y'all exploiting y'all children for the internet. I really am. What would y'all do? Mother shares video of her daughter crashing out over Roblox. All because she got caught playing Roblox. So I took her device and I threatened to pop her with a belt if she did it again. And so then this is what the little girl did. You're not even doing a good job blurring your child, bitch. So to me, y'all don't teach y'all children how to regulate their emotions. What has been taught is to just lock your kids in the room. I would have got beat for doing all of that. Like I wouldn't have even been able to express my anger about anything. Which I believe is why I got acid reflux and my vision got fucked up by the time I was 16, because when you hold everything inside, it eventually affects you physically. I think y'all don't teach children how to deal with their emotions. I think she looks like a toddler. I think allowing children to play on games like Roblox all day creates a addiction. I think that a lot of times when y'all don't want to deal with y'all children, y'all just hand phones and gadgets over to them and they get addicted to those things. And in all honesty, you should really be watching your kids on Roblox, because from what I understand, Roblox is a place where anybody can be. Grown ass men create games and shit so that they can be chat rooming y'all kids through those games. And I know all of the kids are addicted to it. Every time I talk to a kid, they on Roblox and playing a fucking game and all of that. You have got to watch them on that shit. You cannot let them get addicted to playing those games. It's just like any other addiction, and they're children. So their little brains are going to have conniptions when you take it from them. But I don't like posting it on the internet, acting like you really asking for help, as if you could not Google what to do. You could have put this shit into a search engine, and AI and a whole bunch of resources would have came up on the Google for you before you posted your child's bedroom and her in an emotional moment on the fucking internet. Something is really wrong with y'all when y'all don't feel the need to protect your children's privacy. Your children are entitled to privacy. They should not have to, like, y'all, I could not imagine my parents having a fucking camera in my bedroom. First of all, I'm sorry. I don't think that's appropriate. I don't know what's going on in the household in order for you to have a camera on your child 24/7 like that, y'all. But I feel like that's surveillance that doesn't, I feel like that's surveillance that don't nobody need like that. Like this exact shot. Like I would have felt better maybe if it was like at the window or something like that. So like if somebody comes into her room, you can see what's going on. But is she not entitled to any type of privacy whatsoever at this age? Like maybe because I don't have kids, y'all. Y'all right. But I remember being a kid, and I would not have wanted a camera in my room when I was a kid. as I was growing up, middle school, like, so you mean it, and y'all don't ever think that all of these like surveillance things are also being surveyed by other people? That's one of the reasons why I never wanted to put any type of like surveillance camera inside of my house. I have them on the outside, but not on the inside, because I feel like people can watch what's going on inside your house. I don't care that they say they don't do it. I don't trust people. I don't trust the fucking geeky ass dudes that work for the company that has access to all of the camera footage, and they can be looking through it whenever they want to. And a lot of people are pedophiles. So I absolutely don't want no database nowhere with a camera to my little girl's bedroom. Give me a second. If the camera were for medical reasons, why are you posting the footage on the internet of your child spazzing out? To me, it gives you put it there so you can create content out of your child. Yes, other people can watch the cameras. And I don't trust that every man working behind a computer surveilling this shit, you know what I'm saying, is not a creep. And you giving them, girl, all right, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm just saying, I don't like it, y'all. I know that y'all feel like it could be there for a valid reason, and I am open to that. But I also feel like you using it in this capacity invalidates you having the camera there for a valid reason. Because if it was there for a valid reason and you really were conscious of protecting your child, you wouldn't have posted this on the internet. Y'all. The baby sleeps in a room. Yeah, I slept in a room by myself too. And there were no cameras in the room. So I don't know why y'all think that means that, oh, they're in the room by themselves. They should be able to be in a room by themselves without you putting them on a surveillance camera. What are you talking about? I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all have become okay with these things because you think that this is an easier way for you to parent and all of that type of shit. And I don't think so. I think it's because, like somebody said in the comments, we live in a surveillance state. And so now everybody is desensitized to cameras being everywhere just because you want to be able to look at, like, I be judging my mama. And my mama got cameras for a valid reason, because she is taking care of my uncle who has dementia, and he does all kind of crazy shit. So she needs to be able to see what he's doing at the house to make sure he's okay, but also to make sure that the house is okay, right? I understand that. I also have not seen my mom post any of the video to the fucking internet. Once again, let's keep in mind here, people. She posted it to the internet. I wouldn't have anything to say if you were surveilling your child and nobody saw it, because I wouldn't have a reason to be talking about it. I don't like it, y'all. I'm sorry. I feel like it's okay for kids to be in their rooms without a camera being on them. And I'm more bothered by you having a camera on a child than I am about her spazzing out behind her Roblox. It's not normal. It's treating the children like animals. I agree. My daughter is 16 and I don't check her phone anymore, and people look at me like I'm crazy. But I feel like she's old enough to where I trust her and she needs privacy. Yes. One of the things is that y'all don't respect boundaries. And so when y'all raise children in these states, it shows them that people don't need to respect their boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Because like they are entitled to be in their rooms all on their lonesome without you surveilling them just because they're in there by themselves. Like that what are they gonna get? Like, she looked like she's old enough to be okay in a room by herself. I have a camera in a family room for that reason too. Only is proven to people hack those cameras. Yeah, privacy is necessary to feel safe. Yes. And y'all, that's why I said it's the bedroom and then it's like the shot of the bed. Like to me, that means this camera is always there and always accessible. And there are gonna be times where your little girl's gonna come out of the bathroom or something and be naked on this camera and it's right in front of her bed. And I just kind of feel like that's inappropriate. I feel like it's inappropriate. And I feel like y'all have to raise children to feel y'all have to raise children with the idea and the concept that they're going to be adults eventually and people shouldn't be able to watch you in your room like that. You're entitled to privacy. That is so yuck. Okay? Oh my God. Speaking of yuck, let's get into Neo. Because Neo loves explaining himself about his polyamorous relationship. I feel like, are people really like, I don't know why people are bothered either way by this situation, but what's happening? Is this not, what's happening? Is this not, did I not, hold up, where is it at? Because I could have sworn the Neo was an audio clip. But y'all always making Neo explain himself about him and his harem, and I don't know why. I don't know why. All of those are grown women. And we don't have any R. Kelly like, accusations out there. Why y'all can't let that man be in the frupple that he's in? I don't know why that this is just a screenshot. Neo explains why he chose a polyamorous relationship after previously cheating, saying he'd rather be honest about wanting multiple partners. After my very public, very ugly divorce, I made the decision to never lie to a woman ever again. I decided I don't want to be the reason anybody felt like that again. I mean, yeah, that's great. That's great. We're glad that you finally came to that conclusion after all the damage you did. We're so glad because this is accessible for you. I don't know why, but I do know why. You're being groomed to think that having one wife and kids is acceptable as well. And that's the only acceptable way of being, even though people really don't want to live like that. Y'all know, I feel like people should live their lives however they see fit, as long as everybody is a consenting adult that is capable of consenting, okay? Like, not you doing psychological warfare and then entrapping them in their mind and all of that shit, okay? But somebody said greed is a deadly sin. Shut up. He has explained this several times over the past 11 years. Can we really move on? I'm saying, I don't understand why y'all still bothering this man about this. A lack of discipline, focus, and self-control, no matter how many fancy way expressed. Brother needs a heart adjustment. I don't actually agree with that. I think y'all always think that when people want more than one partner, it's a lack of discipline. That's not true. It's not true. It's just not. It's not that simple. For some people, that might be true, but that's not always the case. Y'all know how I feel. I feel like we were supposed to be communal. I don't feel like you have to or should expect to be with one person your entire life. I feel like that's boring. Some of y'all, y'all don't feel that way. Great. I think you should have the choice to be with just one person if that's what you want to do at a time. You know what I'm saying? Or like in life. That's your business. But the way people act like they don't judge other people's situations is like, girl, stop. Y'all think y'all way is the only way, and that's usually the problem. This sounds good in theory, but in a relationship with multiple women at once sounds crazy. Women have chaotic energy, so it can be, but I think it just depends on how the relationships are and who the people are. But there's always chaos. There's chaos when it's just a one married couple, girl. A lack of sexual discipline. Like, everybody thinks it's a lack of sexual discipline, but that's not what it is. A lack of sexual discipline would mean he would still be out here having sex with any and everything, no matter what. Choosing to have a relationship with 3 different women at the same time doesn't automatically signify a lack of sexual control, especially if those relationships don't always entail sex 24/7. Wait, so he's not gay? And that's like, the jury is still out on that, because sometimes, men have to work their way to admitting that they want to try men as well. Okay, sometimes. But yeah, um, yeah, I don't know. I think that it is kind of normal for people to like more than one person at the same time. They just lie about it. That's my opinion. Uh Neo isn't gay because he enjoys the puss. But he isn't a one. Yeah, no, I think he's bisexual probably. They might bring a guy in every now and again. Like it's probably one of those situations where it's like I enjoy sex with a man and women from time to time, but I don't want to be in a relationship with a man because then like, everybody would judge me and other men judging me fucks with my money. That's usually how that goes. Everybody's like, I would live this way, but then men would judge me. And again, it would fuck with my money. All right, so let's get into David Banner for a second. David Banner said something controversial. Everybody got upset.
If you go back and look at Martin Luther King, and it's online, the speech that he was going to do at his church that the week that he died, you would have thought that was Malcolm X. Martin Luther King was sick of getting his ass beat on. He wanted to be about finances. He was talking about some of the things that were going on in the war that nobody dared to speak about. That was the reason why they killed that man. But the version of Martin Luther King that black people love, I don't think Martin Luther King liked him when he died. If they could separate themselves, he wouldn't like that dude.
I agree. Y'all thought this was controversial, but it was true. I absolutely think that looking back on it, he already was starting to feel different about it. He even said it. There are like interviews of him, like in some of his last interviews, talking about how he thinks he might have led black people in the wrong direction because they thought that integration would mean equality. But really what it did was erase black people from places of power in their own communities and replace them with white structures or other ethnicities.
Well, that's heavy.
But it's the truth.
But how
he told Harry Belafonte, I think I have integrated my people into a burning house. That's basically telling Harry Belafonte everything that I built my life.
And to be honest, y'all, that is very reasonable. That's why you have to stop putting people on pedestals in such a manner, because at the end of the day, Martin Luther King was still a 20-something-year-old man, like at the start of his career in building his ideals. Like he was still very young. Yes, I believe he was in his 30s by the time he died. But he looked older than he really was, y'all. Y'all know, civil rights niggas look old because of what they was going through. But they weren't that old. And most people, the ideals that they have at the beginning of their life change once their brain fully forms and they have more experience in life and more experience with white people.
iPhone is a lie. He said that. David Banner didn't say that. And I think if you ask his kids, they would tell you that. It's just harsh to realize that we've been duped, bro. That's the hardest thing when it comes to food, history, bro. If it ain't mathematics or science, in most cases, these people done lied to us. And that's hard to admit that we went down the wrong road, bro.
So I'm trying to separate, because I'm trying to follow. And specifically to Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King.
I need to get this book in hard copy so I can start reading it for myself. I don't want to hear anything that Cam has. Girl, let me let him finish. But speaking of history, we about to take a little pivot for a second because I want to go to a content creator who I really, really love for a second. And, I posted her on my page last night. I don't know if y'all saw Mel. But Mel has been reading Howard Zinn's, I think it would, what is it called? The history, something, we gonna go to it, girl. But she's been reading a history book by Howard Zinn. And it's very reminiscent to some of the books I've read. Like I read Lies My Teacher Told Me, and then Lies Across America, which is about Confederate monuments and different monuments that are lies all over the country that were put up at certain times for certain things that, they'll have something on a plaque and you might have to research that shit to make sure that it's true. Okay. But I also knew about the statues and shit, and because I was a part of the news crew during the time when we were doing Take 'em Down NOLA. Oh yeah, they're also trying to put the monuments back up, y'all. All of the Confederate monuments that were put up in order to keep the schools from integrating. You know, the Confederacy, the racist white people that were mad that they lost the war and that they had to give up slavery, you know, they were really upset about it. And so when we were about to integrate the schools down here, they put up a whole bunch of those Confederate monuments to, you know, Confederate generals and shit, named the streets after them. And that was to impose that history and that energy on the people. New Orleans is a black ass place. So eventually people decided, why do we need this here? Take this shit down. People from other places came to New Orleans to fight with us about the monuments in our fucking city. It was insane. It was really one of the biggest moments of my career. The people's history of the United States. Thank you. I couldn't figure out a way to say that shit. But Mel has been reading this book. I've read, child, like I said, Lies My Teacher Told Me, Lies Across America. Let me pull it up because I can tell y'all better if I'm looking at the ones that I've read. Okay. Also Caliban and a Witch. That's really, really good. Caliban and a Witch, I have to finish it, but the parts that I did read, I read most of it, were just like fucking fascinating to me. But Lies My Teacher Told Me is one that y'all should start with if y'all really want to get into like a true understanding of history. Okay, yeah, no, I have a People's History of the United States in my Audible, but I want to get the hard copy. What else? What's the one that me and Erica put me on that book? Besides The Great Cosmic Mother, which is a really great read. Also that taps into the history and how you've been lied to about history. Oh girl. I have read so many books. Okay, The Way We Never Were. The Way We Never Were is a really great book to read because in The Way We Never Were, it explains to you how your concept of history of that era and of traditional households comes from television and marketing. It's a marketing ploy. It's propaganda. It was never real, right? And so a lot of people like Cheyenne Bryant are basing how they you know, what do you call it? How they give therapy, how they do sessions, girl, whatever. Like she's basing what she's saying to people right now in 2026 about their relationships and how men and women relate to each other based on the propaganda that we were sold about what traditional families and households are supposed to look like. Once you read books like A People's History, like The Way We Never Were, you understand that isolating women into a house in nuclear families is a way to put all of the pressures and all of the duties on the woman. It isolates her. What is supposed to be happening is you're supposed to have a community. You're supposed to have, that's why you have extended family. Like you're supposed to have a more of a tribal, communal type of experience here. But because they've convinced y'all that the nuclear family is the best way to preserve even the black family, y'all really push people into entrapment. Y'all really push people into slave, like, you know, dynamics in relationships. And to me, you either seek out these books and get this information for yourself, or you take a sex and genders, a sociology course, and they gonna fucking tell you. Okay? But none of it would be the commentary that Cheyenne Bryant was given. If you really know these things. Okay? Yes, Women Who Run with Wolves. Okay? Clarissa Pinkola. Who else? I also like when I was in college, we read a lot of books from the Renaissance era in New York, right? The Renaissance era in New York was like the 20s. It's like your Langston Hughes and you know all of those writers and you know poets, you know. I have books, County Cullen, like I have so many books in this house that I had from college from those stories. And to me, that's another thing that I understand. Y'all, a lot of people don't understand the real understanding of history comes from reading Black people's poetry and short stories about the time that they were living in. The things that they were writing at the time is telling you the story. So that's another aspect of history that people don't know about if you don't take these courses in these classes, is that you don't read from specific time periods where writings were telling you what was going on. So you don't have to look at a history book that came out, in the 80s or the 90s to tell you about something that was going on in the 20s, when you can just go and read the shit that the people in the 20s were saying. It will give you a more realistic look. Yes, the Harlem Renaissance. Thank you. Y'all know when I be talking, sometimes the words will be escaping me because my mind is moving so fucking fast. So thank you for your help, everybody in the comments, for knowing what I'm saying and adding to it. Thank you. It helps me, girl. Thank you. I was trying to see what other ones I had in here that I could tell y'all about, but I read from the standpoint of, okay, give it to me, tell me what it, tell me everything, and then I'm gonna, if this rings true, if that rings true, that type of thing. But those books are really, really fascinating to give you a better perspective on history. And I think because y'all, people made learning history boring, because they made learning period look like a nerd or a lame thing. People don't understand. If you understand history, you understand, like, you can predict the things that are going to happen in the future because you start to recognize the pattern and see how, okay, we're doing the same thing. That's why I said a long time ago, I said, what in the Anne Frank? One of the first times I saw y'all drag somebody out of an attic apartment, I said, what in the fucking Anne Frank is going on here? And it was people in the comments that was telling me that it was not like that at all. And I'm like, they literally dragging somebody's grandfather out of a fucking attic. And you sitting up here telling me that that's not like Anne Frank? Like I didn't read that book in middle school, bitch.
The version that is in front of us, the propaganda that we see in schools and in Black History Month, and the I Have a Dream, and the monuments, and how great Martin Luther King was and what he stood for. You're saying that it's a lie?
What I am saying is,
why are you trying to frame the question in a way that makes it seem as if David Banner is trying to make Martin Luther King some type of adversary or something? Nigga, why are you acting like you don't understand what he just said?
what?
Let me light my journal.
Here go all them endorsements, Regina. Regina said, No, bro, like.
Yes, we shouldn't. You know why? Because now, and people knew it back then. People understood it back then when it was happening, but their voices weren't the loudest. That's where you get the, this dichotomy of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. The reason why you get that is because people back then realized that it wasn't a good idea to be sleeping next to your enemy. It was a better idea for Black people to be self-sufficient. That's what a lot of them wanted. A lot of the authors too. I think it might have been, was it Zora Neale Hurston? One of the Black female authors wrote about, at that time, yes, I think Black people should be all on their own. Y'all should leave us alone and we should leave y'all alone. But y'all's inability to leave us the fuck alone has always been a problem, to the point that now it's a social media thing to show how white people are always watching us and following us everywhere we fucking go. Even down to now, getting rid of DEI language made it so that now white people can go around finding resources that are made to help the disenfranchised, marginalized group of people, Black people, and then suing those institutions because they're not being included. White people are the majority. All they have to do is treat you like shit while saying that you're allowed to be there. And so Black people go and create their own things so they don't have to be abused by white people that are being forced to have you in these systems and they don't want you there. So Black people go and do their own thing. And what do white people do? Try to sue so that they can be involved, call the police, drop bombs on it, steal it. Like, y'all are exhausting. Y'all are exhausting. I've always said tradition, especially in this country, is BS. definitely coming from a black man. Like, what tradition? Our history was removed from us. Assimilation has been our tradition. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Integration was the worst thing that ever happened to black people. Being enslaved is just losing a war. Like, once we integrated, we thwarted the opportunity to teach our own children. We don't have no options on what we teach black kids in public schools. Think about this, y'all. In a lot of public schools, in a lot of colleges, they tell black men that they can't wear locks. Your natural hair. Dog, do you see that they say they can do anything to meet that they want to, put anything they want to without telling you the truth about it? Think about right now in America, what black people have influence over what happens to their children in general. What they feed them, what they see on TV, what they hear on the radio, any of those things. So by integrating, by even saying that you want civil rights, take the word, the operative part of the word is civil, right? You're saying that I just want you to treat me civilly, right? And anything that you do in life, 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna make 100, right? Even if you're great. So if you fall short of civil, that means they treat a dog better than they treat you. I don't want civil rights. I want you to treat me like the God that I am. And so what I'm saying is that they take pieces of a person. Like, they couldn't stop Malcolm X, so what they made him was an X on a hat. The same thing that they did to Jesus in Christmas.
They bastardize. They adulterate. They co-opt things, flip the meaning, and like take it over. They do it all over the place, y'all. This is literally what imperialism is. This is why a lot of y'all don't recognize how, you know, y'all are taught to be against other forms of religion, but they're baked into Christianity, paganism, holidays. They stole systems from other people and just implanted their own shit into it. It's the same thing, like, for instance, what they did with the swastika. The swastika goes the other way, and it means, you know, a more peaceful thing, like in Bali. But they saw that on the buildings, they took it, and they switched it over. They adulterated, they bastardized it. They do it to everything. And once you realize that, it's also like a reflection of duality, the thing that everything can be good and bad at the same time. They are a reflection of that on this fucked up ass realm. Shit. That everything is good and bad both at the same time. They refuse to let us have anything just be good, y'all.
Took Christ out of Christmas and put an X. These are the mind games that we don't see. And to be honest with you, as our friendship grows, these are the types of things that keep me up at night, Cam, because I see it. And it's so clear.
So you would have wanted segregation to stay segregated?
Well, I would have wanted black people.
Okay, King Speeches. Thank you for putting that out there, and thank you for the super chat. King Speeches from the prison is so lit also. Okay, I might have to go look for me a book, bitch. My dad used to love, like, he used to do Martin Luther King's speech at church every year. Not for like a few years, but for like I think maybe for like 3, 4, 5 years he did it. And it was one of the few times that I ever saw him, I don't know, like, do something creative that wasn't always such a hassle to him or just like a straightforward thing. But he would get up there and, in all honesty, like, the nigga could have done it. Like, he had the voice for it. That was one thing about my dad. He had a very booming voice. So when he would give this speech, y'all, it was really some shit to see. So I was just saying, like, men back then really knew how to talk that talk.
People to build their own shit. I would have wanted black people to praise their own God.
Okay.
I would want black people to teach their own kids. I'm not saying that we can't be together, but would you respect somebody who you allowed to stay in your house, whether you forced them to stay there or not? And what, they've been staying there for 50, 60, 70, 80 years, 100 years? It's time for us to get our own. If we have our own, then we don't have to beg for anything. If you go back and look at Martin.
But that's the thing though. This is not theirs. That's what I will separate from you in that mindset. This is not theirs. They may have created this system, but this land does not belong to them. And to be honest, the land doesn't belong to anybody, and it never should have. Y'all, I have a problem with private. That's another thing. Okay, that's another thing in the Caliban and the witch is the privatization and the owning of land. That is the beginning of the bullshit, y'all. The owning of land is the beginning of the bullshit, y'all. And I know that y'all might be too, that might be too progressive, okay, for everybody. Because everybody's so scared that something's going to be taken from them. But if everybody puts in on communal land in the area, you can have a house on communal land that belongs to the people that pay into the land. That to me is a better situation than the over privatization of land to the point that rich people can buy up property, overprice it, and then make it so that the people below them can't afford to live anywhere. And so now they're homeless, so now you can put them in jail. That's insane. That's insane. How it used to be before the privatization and the owning of land, the people that lived in the area work the land. They build their huts or their shacks on the land. It's their land because they live there and they work the land. Somebody comes along one day and decides, I'm going to make this my land because I have guns. So I'm going to force you off of this land and then make you work for me to stay on this land. Again. And that's the way poor people think. Poor people think that that's okay. I listen to white men on TikTok go on and on about how they think this very brutal way of living is a good way to live, even though it's harming them, simply because they think they can become a 1%. And that's what Trump makes them think. They can become a 1%. If a ignorant dickhead like that can get to that position, then so can I. That's the mentality.
Luther King, and it's online. The speech that he was going to do at his church, that the week that he died, you would have thought that was Malcolm X. Martin Luther King was sick of getting his ass beat on. He wanted to be about finances.
And the capitalism always kills us. Anyway, I like to have real conversations every now and again. We don't always just party and bullshit over here, man. Keystar, thank you for the super chat, love. Indigenous people say they are the custodians. Yes, I like that. I like that. You're supposed to be here to take care of the land and work the land, and the land take care of you, and then it gives you fruit and shit to eat and trees to be shade and make houses out of. Nah, the concept of patriarchy is to rape everything and hoard everything until everything becomes a fucking desert and everybody's dead. That's what death. Death, okay? Too much goddamn death. Thank you, CL Henderson, for the super chat. I do enjoy where he's coming from, but even segregated, we were never divorced from the systems of white supremacy and patriarchy. I agree. I agree. It is like trying to plug a hole in, a ceiling that has several fucking holes. And that one might have plugged, but the water's still coming in on the other end of the house. So the ground's still gonna get wet. You know what I mean? Like I do respect that though. I also feel like I have to, I don't know, on some level give us as content creators or the people that have these conversations on the internet, like, in this form. I think y'all have to give us some flowers, because when I really read a lot, I realize that we're even better than the philosophy gods that people already listen to. Like, also, I feel like they be stealing shit. But a lot of the philosophers that people pedestalize nowadays, I feel like all they did was think about shit, read, taken information and then talked about it in varying forms. Sometimes just screaming it out into the fucking streets and somebody else writing about, oh, there goes Socrates out there screaming in the streets again. You know, like don't be so dismissive of us because this is, you know, electronic. A lot of what we do, it comes from the same space. At least for me. At least for me. And I feel like for a lot of other people that I follow. But let's go ahead and get into look, now we had a deep conversation, bitch. Let's talk about something else right quick. Y'all, what is going on in the land of boxing? Y'all, Clarissa cannot stay out of mess. Clarissa Shields is no longer welcome at most valuable promotions events following a heated altercation with fellow boxer Alycia Baumgartner. Okay, the incident went down in a private VIP section during MVP's MMA debut event where the two fighters who have ongoing tension online reportedly exchanged words before things turned physical. At some point during the altercation, Clarissa made contact with Alycia or Alycia girl, prompting swift action from the promotion. MVP wasted no time addressing the situation, releasing a statement that read, effective immediately, Clarissa Shields is banned from all MVP events until further notice. The company added, there is a time and a place for fighter tension and banter, but to physically attack a fellow athlete is unacceptable, while also thanking security for stepping in and praising Alycia for not escalating things further. This is colorism. Alycia, however, isn't letting it slide. She claims the incident was unprovoked, stating, I was physically assaulted without provocation, and went on to call the situation part of a repeated pattern of hostility. She also made it clear she plans to handle the matter legally and professionally, signaling the situation may not be over anytime soon. Oh, so you're going to Drake it. Yeah, that explains why you were on my TikTok feed dancing off that stupid ass song, smack that ass. Like, I knew he was gonna. Y'all think that people that make music don't study frequencies and how repetitive beats affect y'all in a mind warping, brainwashing type of way. But a movie came out in the 90s that tells me they know exactly what the fuck they doing. So even when you know the song is trash, it still gets stuck in your head. Anyway, Alycia, when your purpose is to girl, blah 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 blah. I have yet to see the actual hit. I feel like I don't know if I actually saw a hit, and I want to see a hit before I actually like solidify my opinion on this. And I feel like it is colorism, y'all, from several different ways. Okay, I feel like them banning her is colorism because it seems to me like every time fighters get together, they do this shit. That's why y'all have all them security guards around and cameras and all of that shit right there. That they're there for all of that. For you to act like, oh, it wasn't the time or the place for that. Sure. That. I also feel like it is the fact that Alycia is so conventionally attractive that makes Clarissa extremely insecure and makes her act like a rabid dog when she's in that lady's presence. Okay? I'm just telling you what I feel. Clarissa said, I'ma continue giving bitches hell respectfully. That little ass girl said, I'll beat your ass right now. After already disrespecting me. Now you classy and playing victim. Can't go around threatening people. Take that slap and try to get your lick back. Oh, she did smack her. Oh, wow. Quick hands. I'm good. She said she was gonna whip my ass. I thought she was gonna swing first. I guess I'm quicker. Excuse me. I knew the sneeze was coming. Hold up. The reason why I say like a rabid dog is because she really be like she, she be barking. I'll play a video for you. But her neck be reaching all over here. And see, to me, I feel like the person that's not reaching in their body is the person that's in control in the moment for real. Okay? And so when she gets into these moments and she does all of this shit, she not just laying back and chilling and shit, and then a bitch get in her face and whop. Like, no, that would be cool. Thank you. But she acts like an attack dog when she gets around that lady. And I really do think it's because she feels insecure around her because she is conventionally attractive. Okay? I'm not saying it should be that way, y'all. Y'all know I don't like colorism. That's also why I said, girl, what you mean you gonna sue her? Because she slapped you? Girl, fight her and shut up. You sitting up there talking all of that shit, talking about you gonna beat her ass. She slapped you. Fight her. Now you want to sue? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Listen, that's just where I'm at with it. That equivalent of sucker punch, except in slap form, and you're proud of that. The bar is so low. I didn't sneak anybody. I was right there in her face. I had plenty of class. She threatened me, called me all kind of bitches too. Yeah, and also that is like the point of why would you expect to not get slapped by Clarissa? Girl, you know Clarissa is always Clarissa is always looking for a rumble in a tumble in a jungle with a bitch. She wants to fight everybody. This is one of them situations that, you know, I just kind of feel like, girl, don't get in that lady's face acting like you gonna beat her ass and then start crying when she slap you.
At the end of the day, if that's a married man, you fucking with a married man at the end of the day. I don't give a fuck if he has a woman. If he has a marriage that is on paper to a woman, why are you messing with a married man? Regardless of what the situation is, it's just like that shit to me would be off limits, right? Clarissa is a whole world champion, okay? Multi-world champion. She has no kids. She just had a movie come out about her life, and you're entertaining bullshit like that. At this point, she don't have nobody guiding her in the right direction. She don't have no good friends around her to let her know what she doing is some bullshit. End of the day, if that's a married man, you fucking with.
She not wrong. You might have got mad, bitch. I see Alicia's point. I said the exact same thing. I said that, I'm sorry. Y'all can say what y'all want to, but we all said this shit on the internet. Girl, I said the exact same thing. Why Alycia can't say it on the internet? Why Alycia can't say it on the internet? I don't think you should be suing people, but I also think you should be able to pop your shit on the internet about somebody that's got beef with you. And they have been beefing, y'all. Hold up.
Clarissa, you ghetto, ratchet, musty at the highest level. You miserable. You feeling that pressure from Alycia the Bomb Gardener.
This is another situation where you bitch ass niggas want to come in and defend the prettier person in a way that I don't like.
We can all tell. First off, who in the fuck let you in the motherfucking building? They need to be placed on the leave of absence. You managed to get in the building and immediately you up there on the nosebleeds. How did you slither your ass down to the floor where the fight was cracking at? Now you just in there with the stale face with musty energy slithering all over your body. You see Alycia Baumgartner with Le'Veon Bell, Michael Irvin, James Cameron. You know James Cameron made the motherfucking Titanic, nigga? And then here come your ghetto ass. She got her own hairstylist there. They done put Alycia Baumgartner on the Jumbotron. Everybody pouring the love into her that she prayed for and what she manifested. And you over there just looking motherfucking stank up over there. Your leave out is your motherfucking leave out. Lord child. Now you're walking around and you look to your side and be like, damn, I'm with this married ass nigga. This nigga motherfucking married. Talking about, nah, nigga, instead of trying to fight Alycia Baumgartner, you need to fight that case. Yeah. Then, how your ghetto ass getting a VIP? How you getting a VIP? Then you go up
What do you, hold up, y'all. My sound is acting funny. Hello? Hello? Is it me you're looking for? Can y'all hear me? I feel like my sound kept popping. And I don't know what that was about. And I want to make sure that y'all can hear me because it feels like it's a little low. It feels like it's a little low. Doesn't it feel like it's a little low? Oh, I'm about to get into all of the water in his neck. Just give me a second. I'm trying to see. Because I want to put these niggas on spotlight right now. Because as I said at the beginning of the live, I don't like you thirsty ass. That's the main ones that's actually pandering to beautiful women. Any other time, y'all, and that's what I don't like about men a lot of the times. Everything is about how they view you sexually, how they view you. And women do this too. There is a halo effect thing that happens over pretty people. But all of this ghetto, how did she get in a VIP? Those fighters, I believe, are on the same level. So I don't know why you're acting like Clarissa wasn't supposed to be in the VIP in the space. And I'm going to need for you to get some of that dick and coochie juice up out of your mouth. Because that's what it looked like. You holding a whole bunch of dick coochie juice all in your jaws. Swallow that shit. And stop pushing anti-black rhetoric because Clarissa is unlikable, okay? I'm not, I don't dislike her. I told y'all, everybody, to everybody that keep talking about, he ain't Portia. I told y'all what my response to that was. I'm too gay to hate women for real. I might not like you, but it's a lot for me to hate a woman. It is, okay? It's a lot. I don't like this. That's strong. That's too strong. But I still don't like the way y'all handle Clarissa a lot of the times. And I think it is based off of colorism. I think it is based off of featureism. I think it is based off of texturism. Ashley, this is a clippable moment. Y'all disrespect that girl and go in on that girl in a really fucked up manner because of how she looks. Yes, she's annoying. Yes, she's with a big head married man that's probably gypping her of all her money. Yes, she's a pick-me. Absolutely. Yes, she's male identified. Yes, she's male centered. But that don't mean I don't see the anti-black rhetoric that y'all using against her, and I don't fucking like it. I don't like it. Niggas with big heads and little shoulders. And all this extra jaw, just little piggy, shut up. You don't have to be so cruel. You don't have to be, I heard that. You don't have to be so anti-black. Y'all be anti-black. I don't like it. If you can't respect us for who we are and what the fuck we look like, you see what I'm saying?
Who are you knocking out? For real. Come on, who is it? We know I'm not one-time undisputed. being jealous. When last time I had a split decision? Split decision. Envious of what? Look at what insecurity do I have? If y'all know me with Alycia.
I don't know, y'all. If I was a boxer, like if I was somebody that really enjoyed beating people's asses for real, when I tell y'all, I might talk, but there would be a point where it's like, ain't nothing to talk about. Ain't nothing to talk about. Please just be ready. Like we don't have to talk about anything. Ain't no talk. Just be ready. Just be prepared. That's all. I would be scaring the fuck out of people, but I'm a Gemini, so you know we like to play mind games with you first, bitch. Okay, we gonna get you scared first. Okay, then we gonna come in there and beat your ass because we don't really talk shit that we don't mean.
Give me steroids too. Give me steroids. Yeah, and I want you to shut my mouth up. Shut me up. Shut me up. Shut me up.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Clarissa. This is why I think it actually is like jealousy of this girl and probably how this girl is being received. But I think on some level is unfair. I think on some level it probably is unfair that this girl is being like preferred or maybe even treated better because she looks a certain way.
Shut me up. Shut me up. Shut me up.
So yeah, that little pushing of her hand shit, that's attacked. She was barking like a guard dog, but she didn't attack her. Y'all are gassing it because y'all are colorist. Y'all are gassing it. And the truth of the matter is a person can be an asshole and unlikable, and y'all can still be treating them worse than you would a person that was more attractive. Period. All that suing and all of that because she pushed her hand. Yeah, she shouldn't have done it, but y'all are gassing it. I think so. I think they're blowing it out of proportion. These bitches argue all the time. They do. They argue all the time. Anyway, we'll see how that plays out. I would love to see them in a fight. Actually, let me see right quick if I can get some clips of Alycia right quick. Baumgartner, okay? Baumgartner. Yeah, that's what she's playing that. Yeah, y'all. Oh my God. I so get it. She's my type.
Lateral movement. Baumgartner measuring the distance and then trying to unload with the right hand, lands the left.
Everyone thought Layla Baudouin was about to shock the world until Alycia Baumgartner reminded everyone exactly why she's one of the most dangerous women in boxing. This fight wasn't just another title defense. This was pressure versus power. Confidence.
Nigga, shut up. I hate AI voices. Also, y'all, I'm not playing with y'all. I saw a AI content creator come on my screen, you guys. And I just want to say, like, I'm blocking you, bitch. Anybody that's an AI content creator, bitch, I ain't blocking you. If I find out you're an AI content creator, I am blocking you, ho. Okay? And I don't mean if you're like cartooning your actual self. That's not what I mean. I mean if you're pretending to be a person and you're not a real person. That's what I mean. That shit is weird. It's way too many real content creators out here scratching and surviving good times on platforms for me to be, girl, no, not on my watch. Fuck out of here. She smacked her hands. Okay.
Baumgartner during a heated confrontation.
Yeah, okay.
Looks instead of focusing on what actually happened. Shields later said Baumgartner had been disrespecting and threatening her beforehand, even allegedly telling her, "I'll beat your ass right now," which Clarissa said led to the situation escalating. A lot of people defended Baumgardner while insulting Clarissa's appearance, but many fans argued those comments were unfair and ignored the fact that Shields is one of the most accomplished women's boxers ever, with Olympic gold medals and undisputed championships. Supporters of Clarissa also pointed out that it makes little sense to call her jealous when she has achieved far more in boxing and has avoided the failed drug test controversy that followed Baumgardner's career.
But that's not what it's about. Everybody act like things can't exist. You know what I'm saying? Like things can't exist at the same time. Like, yes, she is a better fighter, but also Alycia is conventionally more attractive. Lighter skin. Like she looks more of a preferred Asian black mix, and you know y'all love that. Y'all love that. So yeah, no, like I don't understand why everybody's acting like, you know, it's preposterous. And I agree that she probably is, like I said, being treated in a way that Clarissa probably has every right to feel a way about. And that's just how I feel about it, girl. We're gonna move on from there, but that's what's going on. Oh my God. More viral stories. Static is popping randomly. I know. I don't know what's going on. Girl, can we just let's take a break. Can we take a break for a second and let me see what's going on? Okay. Hey y'all, this is a get ready with me. Okay, just a little something before I get for one of my daily lives. So I just started growing my locks about 2 years ago now, and I color treated, and you know I do like a style here or there, and I really have noticed that my hair does the best when I keep it moisturized. And my regimen of spraying my hair with water and then following it up with Fab Hair International's moisture mist leave-in conditioning spray, girl. Listen, it's giving me everything that I need as far as the moisture on a daily basis is concerned. I've tried a lot of sprays, and I really enjoy not only the way the spray bottle works, but also the way the hair feels moisturized after I've given it a spritz. There are so many great Fab Hair International products to try. And the Stimulate and Soothe Deep Cleansing Shampoo is one of my favorites. It actually gives your scalp a tingling sensation that makes it feel really clean. And then the Moisture Mask Deep Conditioning Mask is really amazing as well. Make my hair feel really moisturized after I had color treated it. The products are great and were created by a Black woman stylist who came from behind her chair to give her people the products she felt they really deserved. Fab Hair International is for all curls and coils, whatever your hair type. You can find something at Fab Hair International that will suit your specific needs. Right now, you can use my code BONDY15 to get 15% off of your purchase. Go to fabhairinternational.com, take their hair quiz, and find out which products will be perfect for your hair. Be a bougie traveler and shop fabhairinternational.com. All right, I'm back. I've restarted. Hopefully, things sound better. Maybe, I don't know. Y'all let me know if it's still crackling and popping and shit. It's the new update. Child, it's always something. It's always something. Anyway, let's get into it, y'all. What the hell is this?
You hear me? I get your granny from you. Okay, she got 10 seconds to get up out here. Get your granny, because I will slap the fuck out of somebody's granny. What is going on? I don't know what's going on. She grabbed my weaver. You hear me? I get your granny.
Shout out to these young ladies taking the high road and being classy instead of folding grandma up like a tier, like a top tier energy. Like, I guess. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Because to me personally, I feel like she should have punched that lady in the face to make her let her hair go. What y'all think? I think she should have mushed the piss out that lady. I think she should have snatched that lady hair, whether it was real or it was fake. I feel like she should have grabbed that lady by that coat and dragged her into the car with them, redistributing the weight, and then hopping on top of her. Put your knee on top of her knee. She old. You could have hit that lady. You could have hit that lady in the shoulder. You could have hit that lady in her elbow. You could have punched her in her titty. So many things could have been done for that lady to let go of your wig. And I know people don't want to hit old people, but if an old lady grabbed my wig like this with all of her fucking might like that, I would have punched that lady in the face. I'm so sorry. I apologize. Like, what are you going through? What are you going through? You're going through something. Let's get into Akbar V. So, y'all, I saw Akbar V with Oliver Twix. Oliver Twix. I don't know why Oliver Twix was riding around in a car with that weird ass homophobic Jesus freak bitch. I don't know. But I think she was, she, like we were talking about earlier, she was doing one of them, God. I'm not perfect, so I don't be trying to judge people, but I don't play with God. And, if y'all get married, then y'all playing with God and all of this. Girl, okay, girl. All right. All right, girl. Okay.
Bitch, I'm a crack baby. That's why my feet came out like that. I'm a crack baby, bitch. My mama smoked so much dope with me. That's why I got other people that be talking to me in my motherfucking head.
The answer to the questions we've been having. There it goes, people. And do you know the truth of the matter? It's a lot of women that's going around with undiagnosed and unchecked mental disorders.
Yeah, people that be talking to me. John, he just be talking to me. He the one told me to get y'all bitches. You think I woke up and said I want to go at y'all bitches? I've been chilling. Being a mom, I just had a baby by my husband. The one that I be whooping his ass and he be whooping on mine. Yeah, bitch, we go at it on each other. Ain't no nigga just whooping my ass. Yeah, I done got on here and cried. Yeah, I'll cry again. That nigga got good dick. He got good dick.
So you're a dope head on dick. So you're getting beat up and tricked out and looking like a crackhead on camera over dick. So you like your mama. Okay.
In my head. So, bitch, I cry river. Fuck is you talking about? You don't even know
So y'all don't know how to fuck niggas and not have babies with them? Y'all don't know how to find good dick without getting beat up on? Is that hard? Is that hard?
I've been here talking to God about. I've been here praying to God like, God, please, for real, God, get this nigga away.
The sound going in and out still, huh? Why are you being a dick? Why are you being a dick? I don't know. Why are you being a dick? What the fuck? Why are you being a dick? Okay, you guys. Give your girl a sec. Things are acting weird. Okay. Give me a second. Cause we're gonna do something, girl. don't know why this not showing up. Oh, maybe it is. Hello? Hello? I don't know. No, I could hear it popping, y'all. I could hear it popping. That's why it was aggravating me, because I could hear it. I don't know why this thing not working though. That sucks. That sucks. That girl is. I guess these things don't work on computers. I guess. I guess, girl. I guess, girl. I guess. Okay. We're just gonna finish this out regular then. We're gonna finish it out regular, girl.
Bitch, I'm a crack baby. That's why my feet came out like that. I'm a crack baby, bitch. My mama smoked so much dope with me. That's why I got other people that be talking to me in my motherfucking head. Yeah, people that be talking to me. John, he just be talking to me. He the one told me to get y'all bitches. You think I woke up and said I want to go at y'all bitch? I've been chilling. Being a mom, I just had a baby by my husband. The one that I be whipping his ass and he be whipping on mine. Yeah, bitch, we go at it on each other. Ain't no nigga just whooping my ass. Yeah, I done got on here and cried. Yeah, I'll cry again. That nigga got good dick. He got good dick. And bulldogger head. So yeah, I shed a bitch, I was about to cry a river.
Bulldagger head. Bulldagger head?
Fuck is you talking about? You don't even know what I been here.
I feel like her teeth about to come out her mouth. I feel like her teeth about to come out her mouth.
Talking to God about it. I been here praying to God like, God, please, for real, God, help me. Get this nigga away from me, cause I like the sex, God. He ain't good for me, but I like it. I'm real, bitch. I'm real. You bitches want to sit up here and lie. And lie.
Who lies? Who lies? Akbar, point them out.
Bitch, you shape like a camel. She shaped like this. This is her. Show you this bitch. I'm from Memphis, man. Bitch, I'm a crack.
I just want to see. Hold up. Hello? 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 I don't think it's going to connect. I'm upset about it, too. Because it would have been good. It would have been good to have this microphone right now. It would have been nice. It would have been nice. I don't know who she's upset with. I don't know who she's upset with. What I find interesting about it is how often people laugh at their own degeneracy. How people like really love to stay in the fucked up places that they are, and they don't want nobody to get them out of that place. They really just want to stay. They want to stay in that weird fucked up place that they're in, where they're in an abusive relationship because like they're so, you know, like, oh my god, they've apparently never had dick before. So, you know, there's that. Like, I get it. Like, trust me, I understand. Dick could be a hell of a drug, girl. It can be. It can be. But I think it is very imperative for women to not lower themselves and lose any of themselves for dick, relationships, any of that. And I recognize that a lot of y'all hoes don't care about that. And that's fine if you want to be with men who abuse y'all. The problem comes in when the rest of the world have to deal with the ramifications. When the rest of the world has to, I know y'all, I'm trying to find a way to fix it. I hope, as long as you can still hear me, then we're okay. The ramifications, girl, shit just not acting right today. It's not acting right today. Yeah. See, I'm trying to hook up this mic because my other mic is acting like an asshole and it's not working for me. See? Doom, 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 doom. It's not doing it. Yeah. What I was saying. The problem is that when we have to deal with people like Akbar V, when we have to deal with women that don't do any work on themselves because they want to stay in fucked up relationships with men who eat away at their self-esteem and their confidence, they end up being a hindrance to the women around them. Y'all are mean. Y'all are miserable. And so what y'all do when y'all are mean and miserable like that is you treat the women around you, and especially you treat your children like shit, right? So when you treat your children like shit, you create a scenario with them. You create a scenario with them where you're abusing them. Because nothing happens in a fucking vacuum. Especially not abusive relationships. They don't happen in a vacuum, honey. And so that is why it's so hard to ignore when women get into abusive relationships with men. Even though you want to ignore it because you want to allow people to be in the hell that they choose, right? But it's how that brings everybody else down in the process. It's annoying. It's annoying. Okay? I mean, I hope y'all have enjoyed having my boobs in your face while I'm trying to get the audio together. I wanted us to have audio because the last thing that I wanted to talk about, we need the audio for, girl. Because you're not going to be able to see it because it's a, it's a show. I don't know if y'all have watched couples therapy, but I just kind of wanted to run some audio and talk about some things that are happening on couples therapy. Hold up. I could have sworn I just switched that. That's so weird. Okay. All right.
We needed to get him a new bed because he wanted me to come over more often. But I can't sleep on a twin. I'm too big of a person. So if you want to pay me back for the bed, you can put it on my account. Yeah. And in that moment, he took it upon himself to buy a 60-inch TV.
I know you fucking.
And to buy a video game for $180.
So wait. If y'all have not seen it by now, this is Shay, and at the time, Clinton. Clinton is a black man with autism. And he weaponizes his autism because to me, he's like any other annoying fuck nigga that you come into contact with that has temper tantrums like a child, is untrustworthy, and wants somebody to take care of them. And that whenever you say, oh, you're hurting me, they scream ouch in bloody murder so that they can be a victim and they don't have to be accountable for their actions. And they really hate being uncomfortable. So Clinton here has put forth this diagnosis as the reason for him being narcissistic to Shay. And really what it all boiled down to is that Clinton wanted to be Shay. I'll explain after I finish this clip.
No.
Oh my God.
And all on my credit without asking me.
And then we talked about it. That's the shit that bothers me. She came to me and was upset about it, and we talked about it. I said, I'm sorry, we're gonna move in together. Like, you know what? I'm buying it for us so we have like another TV. That's the thought process I had.
Okay. So
you're full of shit. That's not the thought process you had. The way you mulled over your words, you don't believe what you're saying. You asked that lady for a card because she wanted to get a bigger bed because you had a twin size bed because you was a grown man and sleeping in a twin size bed. Obviously, something is amiss already. And I don't think it's just being autistic, right? Like to me, because I'm sure there are autistic people that have beds that fit their fucking bodies. Like, what are we talking about? But he will blame everything on that. But it's giving you took advantage of this lady. You lied and stole money so that you could buy yourself a TV with her money when you were supposed to be getting a bed. And now you're like about to flip out because it makes you feel uncomfortable for somebody to bring that to your attention that you're being fucked up.
I mean, I know that it wasn't okay.
But hold on, Clinton. What do you imagine?
I know she felt mad and
So why not make some room for that?
Because I'm not allowed to express myself.
No, no.
Oh my God. What's the issue, Clinton?
I don't know. Okay.
This couple about to piss me clean off. Right.
Okay. All right. And so then everybody was talking about it and they kept saying like, oh, it will Clinton on the show, but now it's Maeve. And I'm like, what do you mean it's Maeve? Girl. Stole, I feel like appropriated that lady's grunge trans woman style. Like literally was in the relationship with Shay, with her, sucking her finances and emotional and mental energy all to then move on from her after cheating on her, stealing money from her, and assume her swag. My God, on today. This is another clip.
And nothing worked, and I also feel really just, you moved on so quickly, and like, not only did I feel harmed, then I felt replaced.
This is the last episode.
Shay, may I recommend that you, I mean, this is wonderful you're speaking what matters to you, but do you want to check in with Clinton, where he's at, basically listening to you?
I'm okay. Listening.
It's a lot.
Yeah?
How are you doing?
I mean, I feel sad too. And I hear where she's coming from.
But do you?
I guess that I miss her a lot.
Yes. What you mean?
And like, I can see that she felt that I was abandoning the relationship.
You were cheating. Yeah. Girl, don't cry.
I really wasn't, though.
But you did.
Can you describe it from within your experience?
Here
you go.
Sure, I was I found a community of people that I can talk to more. Yeah.
Here it comes.
I don't have a lot of friends. Yeah, I did fall in love with this autistic person, but I love Shay. I wanted to marry her.
What's it? No, you didn't.
I know I hurt Shay, and I'm really sorry.
Maybe I'm wrong, but cut that shit out.
I really am.
Yeah, I appreciate how you can.
I don't mean to laugh. Y'all go watch this shit, bro. Go watch it, please, cause I can't. This is I can't.
Yeah, I
still love you very deeply. I always love you.
No, not love, please. What?
This is the reason why I tell y'all don't be falling fucking tears from them niggas. That's why I tell y'all don't be falling them tears and all of that shit. Okay? Let them niggas cry. Let them cry. And don't give them your titty neither. Don't be letting them leave a wet spot on your outfit and none of that shit. You just let them have their emotions and let them handle that. I know it's hard. But you got to let them have their own emotions and handle their own emotions, girl. Because they be manipulating the fuck out of you with all of that whining and crying and falling on the floor and all of that. And to me, the reason why I know what he's doing is because I've so often seen black men do shit, like black men that have been super babied by their moms. Oh my God. Those are the ones that are going to be like rolling around on the floor, throwing their legs up when they cheat on you. Now they're a bitch. Now they're crying. Oh my God, I'm in so much pain. It's ridiculous. It's real deal ridiculous. Anyway, y'all, I think that's all I wanted to do today. Let me see.
We used to have pretty women and hardworking men. Now we have pretty men and hardworking women. Times.
God, see. That shit. We used to have pretty women and hardworking men. Bitch, what are you talking about? That's what I'm talking about. Shut up. I don't even want to listen to that shit. That's stupid. Shut up. Anyway, I think that's all I want to do today. Tomorrow is actually the last day of the Ooh Ladies first panel for the month. I'm sorry if I said it wrong in the DMs. I mean in the Discord. But we have one more show this week, tomorrow, on Jamie That's Me's channel. So make sure y'all come through. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok. We started our TikTok. Follow us there. Also follow my secondary channel, BondyBlue Bites. Tip my tip jar if you like, please and thank you. I appreciate everybody for coming through. M Love Black, thank you for the super chat. She could have easily taken that young girl home and spoke with her parents. She's a certified boy mom. Okay. I had no privacy whatsoever. My mother would literally open the door without knocking, regardless of what I had on. It didn't help. The house was small and the rooms were close together. That shit is terrible. Like, people deserve privacy. I read Key Stars. I read CL Henderson's. Jazzy said, thank you for the super chat. She said, I tried to give out food from my job to the homeless because they just throw it away. I got a hefty ticket. It's illegal. They shut down the shelters, by the way. Oh yeah. They make it illegal to give out food. And then they act like it's because you can make somebody sick by giving out food. So that's why it's illegal. But yeah, they don't want you to be able to give out free food. They don't want you to be, in some states you can't collect rainwater. Yeah, now you can't be homeless because if you're sleeping on the street, they can throw you in jail. Yeah, girl. That is how you push people into corners so that they become slaves because they don't want to be in jail. And so it's like varying levels of slavery and you just kind of choose the one you're willing to deal with. Girl, good night. I love y'all. Be safe.